This video demonstrates the installation of Bamni VirtualBox in Windows machine. This video is useful for implementers who wants to do the basic configuration for Bamni. So this is the agenda that I will cover in this video. Hardware configuration. Windows machine should have at least 8 GB of RAM to install Bamni VirtualBox, as Bamni VirtualBox itself takes up to 4 GB of RAM. Bamni setup. We need to install Git to clone Bamni related repos from GitHub. Virtual machine. So basically Bamni runs on CentOS operating system, and virtual machine lets run CentOS operating system within Windows operating system, and Vagrant Box internally uses virtual machine and creates CentOS environment development box as close to as production box in your Windows machine. We have a wiki page for Bamni VirtualBox setup. We'll follow the steps in that wiki page and do the installation. So let's get to the installation. So you can actually Google it directly. Bamni VirtualBox. So this is the wiki page for the Bamni VirtualBox. You can find what is Vagrant, what is the difference between Vagrant Box and virtual machine. If you want to check more about these things, you can actually go through this. So these are the files, these are the links to download the exe files, and once you download the exe files, you can actually start the installation. So let's do the installation. So we have to install it for Windows system. So it's a 64-bit. So I actually have this exe file in my machine, so I am just cancelling it. And the next one is VirtualBox. So Windows host. So it started, and I'm again cancelling it as I have already have this exe file. And the third one is Vagrant, and we have to install it for download it for Windows. So again we're cancelling it. So downloads. So we'll just install one by one. Okay, meanwhile we'll start VirtualBox installation. And Vagrant installation. Now you can see all the three got installed in my Windows machine. So let's go to the step 2. So you need to create a Bamni folder. So you can create this Bamni folder wherever you feel comfortable. So for now I'm creating it in my C drive. So I'm just opening command prompt. Coming back and just mkdir Bamni. So it has created Bamni folder. So I navigated to the Bamni folder. So now go to the wiki page. Just once you created the Bamni folder, just go to the Bamni folder, inside the Bamni folder, and just clone this. Okay, it's actually downloading the Bamni vagrant. So once it has downloaded the Bamni vagrant folder, just navigate to that folder. So let's check the wiki page once. So once it is downloaded, just do the vagrant up. When you run the vagrant up command for the first time, it will try to start the box that is there in the machine. If it's not there, it will try to download the box from remote repository. So the box size is about to 1.5 to 2 GB. It will take around 30 minutes to 45 minutes based on your internet speed. If you have very low internet speed and if you find difficulty downloading the box with multiple attempts, then you can still have an option to download the box directly from Chrome browser instead of from command prompt. If you see the wiki page, we have this direct download of vagrant box option. So just go there. You can find the list of boxes available here. So once you click on this link, it will start the download of the box. And once the box is downloaded in that location, you just have to add the path of the box where it got downloaded to the vagrant file, like this. So config vm box url equal, so the file of the path of the file. So once you add this path to your vagrant file and do the vagrant up command, so it will actually adds the box that are already downloaded in your machine to the vagrant. So it doesn't take much time for you in this way. So within 5 minutes it will add the box and it starts the box. It took 15 minutes to me to install the box. So the box got installed. It's actually importing the box. So the vagrant is up and running. So once the vagrant is up, you can actually directly access the Bamni application from the browser. So if you go to the Bamni folder, so open the vagrant file. If you open the vagrant file, you can see the IP here. This is the static IP. So from this static IP, you can access the Bamni application. Let's go to the browser and type 192.168.33.10. As we don't have SSL certificates for this, so it's saying that your connection is not private. So let's go ahead. When you access the IP here, you can see all the 3 modules are loaded. We'll try to access one by one. And the credentials are Superman, admin 123. So you can find the credentials in the same Bamni VirtualBox page. These are the different modules in the Bamni. So coming to OpenLS, admin, yeah, you can find the credentials in the same page. And coming to OpenERP, you need to type the IP address of the Vagrant box. So actually when you run the Vagrant app for the first time, OpenERP service and Bamni ERP Connect services are down. So we need to explicitly start the services after doing SSH to the box. So you're done with accessing the application successfully, and next SSH to the server. Let's open the command prompt. When you do Vagrant SSH, it throws error like SSH executable not found in the path variable. So Windows command line doesn't come with SSH client by default, so we need to explicitly install SSH client for Windows machine. So as part of the Git installation, we get this git bash command line, and we can actually try with putty also. So first let's try with git bash. You can find it here, git bash. So git bash is a bash shell, and it's more like Linux in the command line. Just navigate to that folder where we have cloned Bamni Vagrant. Let's see what is the present working directory. So it's there in C. Now cd Bamni Vagrant. Now we are inside the Bamni Vagrant, so we can do SSH from here. So yeah, we successfully SSH to the box. I already installed putty in my machine. We can try with putty also. So host IP address 192.168.33.10. Login as Vagrant. Okay. So you directly SSH from either git bash, or you can use putty, whichever you feel comfortable. So we have successfully SSH to the box, Bamni server. So navigate to Bamni config folder. So we'll navigate to the Bamni config folder. So I'm just trying to SSH to the box via git bash. Once you SSH to the box, make yourself as a root. So you can only edit the files as a root user. Sudo su. We will just navigate to the Bamni config folder. Cd var. So you can see the Bamni config folder here. So Bamni config folder has all the configuration related files where one can do most of the configuration changes, like adding display controls, farm conditions, and Groovy scripts. Let's navigate to the folder. Open MRS, change directory, apps. So you can see the folder names like admin, ADT, clinical, registration. So you can see the same names in the Bamni homepage. So whenever you want to change some configuration change for the clinical module, you just have to go to this clinical folder and do the configuration changes in the respective JSON files. So we're done with navigating to Bamni folder also. So create symlink. So one way of editing the files is you can actually SSH to the box and open the respective file using VA editor and do the changes, and we can see the reflected changes in the application. So if you feel comfortable making changes from the server, it's fine. So other easiest way is you can create a symlink from Bamni server to Windows machine, so that we can actually access the file, edit the files using our favorite editor like Sublime, or we can use IDE also. Before creating the symlink to Bamni config folder, so I want to talk about mounting here. So let's go to the command prompt where you ran this vagrant up command. So you can see the mounting shared folders. So this is the Bamni path in Bamni server, and this is the Bamni path in Windows machine. So the Bamni path in Bamni server has mounted to this Windows machine, so that you can actually access the files in Windows machine in that Bamni path directly from your server. So you don't have to use any SCP or SFTP to transfer the files from server to Windows machine or Windows machine to server machine. Sometimes mounting doesn't happen properly if the guest editions are not installed properly, or virtual machine doesn't find the guest editions. So in that case, we can't actually create a symlink to Bamni config folder. So we have a wiki page for the vagrant and virtual machine tips. So there you can find a workaround for the most of the issues that you face with the vagrant setup. So let's go to that wiki page. This is the Bamni VirtualBox wiki page, and under this you can find vagrant and VirtualBox tips. So these are the issues that we face with the vagrant box setup, and you can see the mounting here. This is the issue that I'm actually discussing here. So if you face this error, so just SSH to the vagrant box and just run this command and come out of that vagrant box, exit, and stop the vagrant and start the vagrant by running vagrant up command. So once the mounting has happened properly, so we can create the symlink. So to create the symlink, we need to download the default config repo from GitHub. You can copy the URL here to clone the Git default config. Just go to git bash. So we're inside the vagrant machine. So I'm just coming out of that vagrant machine. So I'm in Bamni folder now. Now just run git clone. It's downloading the default config. It's done. So let's navigate to that folder, default config. You can see scripts. And run this vagrant link.sh file. sh vagrant link.sh. Let's go to server and see the symlink has created or not. So you need to go to Bamni vagrant folder to SSH to the box. Make yourself root. Navigate to Bamni config folder, and you can see it here. Bamni config is pointed to Bamni default config. So whatever the changes you do in default config, that will automatically reflect in your application in the server. So you don't have to come again every time do the Vagrant SSH and use VA editor to change the configuration changes. So let's go to default config in your Windows machine and do some minor changes whether it gets reflected there in the application. Now exit from the Vagrant box. So we are in Bamni Vagrant folder. Now we have to navigate to default config folder. So you can see the same path structure that you have seen in server. CD OpenMRS, CD apps, so let's see the application once. So go to the registration page. So just trying to create a new patient here. So you can see here list of patient identifiers are there. So by default it's actually picking GAN as the default identifier. So we'll try to change that to something different, that is we'll try with SEM. We'll see that changes are reflected there in the application. You can actually directly navigate from your folder because it's there in your Windows machine. Bamni default config, OpenMRS, apps, and we are in registration page because we are changing the changes in registration, and go to app.json. So here you can see the default identifier prefix is GAN. So we're planning to change that to something different, which is SEM. Let's open the file editor and just change this to SEM. And we're saving the file, closing the file. Just reload the page. So you can see it here. The default patient ID has become SEM. So whatever the changes you have done in from Windows machine, that got reflected in your application. I have covered the basic setup for Bamni VirtualBox. Thanks for watching.